Dear guests, dear friends of the Sudanese Programme, dear colleagues, my name is Laurent Mignon and I am a fellow of St. Antony's College. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to the Middle East Center for this event on the life and works of Tayeb Salih. Tayeb Salih is without question one of the major figures of Arabic, African, and world literature. As Ahmed has just reminded us, he also had a strong connection to Oxford. Also, and I will try to explain how, to the Sudanese Programme. From its early days, art and culture, including literature, have been important themes on the agenda of the programme. This is not incidental. It reflects a conviction that despite ongoing civil war and conflict, writers and artists in the two Sudans have continued to create, to think, and to challenge, often under extraordinarily difficult conditions. In fact, the very first event organized, as Ahmed mentioned, in 1998 by what would become the Sudanese Programme was a workshop in honor of Tayeb Salih's 70th birthday. Nearly 2 decades later, in 2017, the programme hosted a conference on women writers from the two Sudans. 7 authors with roots in the Sudan and South Sudan came to Oxford to speak about their work and about the broader landscape of women's writing. One of our speakers today, Amal Osman, was among them. Another of those authors was Stella Gaetano, who, as you will know, shared the Pen Pinter Prize last year with Leila Abu Leila. So these moments are not just milestones, they point to something much larger: the richness, the diversity, and the vitality of contemporary literature from the two Sudans. It is in this context that we, Ahmed and I, felt that it was time to return to Tayeb Salih, to reread him, to rethink his work in the 21st century. We were therefore delighted that scholars, critics, and translators from France, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, the UAE, and the United Kingdom, many of them Sudanese, accepted our invitation. They have joined us to offer new readings of Salih's work, to assess his influence, and to reflect on his global reception. Unfortunately, as Ahmed mentioned, not all of them are able to be here, and I'm saying this in my personal capacity. This is both extremely frustrating and deeply regrettable. I mean, restrictive and discriminatory visa policies have prevented 2 of our speakers from joining us in person. And there is a certain irony in this, perhaps even a very painful one. We are gathered to discuss a writer whose work crosses borders. Yet some of those who study him are themselves stopped by those very borders. Because, and I think you will agree, Tayeb Salih was in every sense a writer without borders, rooted in Sudan, but not confined by it. His work moves between African, Arabic, and European literary traditions, and through translation reaches readers across the world, in Africa, the Americas, in Asia, in Europe, in Oceania. He was a profoundly innovative writer. His work challenges genres. It unsettles expectations. It asks difficult questions to its readers, wherever they may be. And perhaps that is why he continues to matter so much today. When preparing for this event, I revisited some of the critical literature on Salih. I was struck in particular by a remark from Anne Wade Minkowski, French translator and poet, translator from Arabic literature, a remark that she wrote in 1996 on the occasion of the belated French translation of The Wedding of Zayn. In that remark, she asks, should we regret the delay in translating this work into French? And then she answers, perhaps not. And she adds something striking. She writes that in what she calls, and I'm quoting her, these troubled times we are going through, end of quote, she says, it is heartening to encounter a vision of Islam so different from the one presented in the media. And these troubled times we are going through, so that is something she wrote 30 years ago, and I'm wondering, what should we say today? The waters we navigate today are, if anything, more turbulent than ever. And yet, Tayeb Salih remains an essential point of orientation, not because he offers us safe passage, but because he compels us to reflect more deeply, to question more carefully, and perhaps in doing so to understand a little better the world we inhabit. And it is precisely this richness and complexity that our speakers will explore today. So I very much look forward to listening to their insights and to the conversations that will follow. Thank you.